welcome to Real Health. This is Steve, your host. Join me on my quest to disseminate my health regimen, the Health 44, eliminating 4 classes of food, introducing 4 classes of micronutrients, bingo, bongo, health sorted. So join me, sit back, and let's do this. Welcome again. You've clicked on today, Finding a Cause of Autism by September 2025. The grandiose idea, plan, request by the populace. The conspiracy theorists will go nuts. Confirmation bias. All that. As part of MAHA. Will they find a cause by September 25, looking at all the peer-reviewed stuff and all the this and that and all the anecdotes and all the scientific stuff, and then they're going to nail it down into, is it seed oils? Is it the dwarf wheat? Is it the jibby jabs? Is it toxins? Is it mold? Is it? You get the drift. So there's already confirmation bias in those conspiracy theories with the jibber jabs and all of the food industry. And I'm afraid it's going to come to that. They're going to confirm their own biases. Who's they? The people that want autism to be identified as that particular cause. Is it a gene? That's another one, especially. Genes, it's not going to be a nothing burger. No, it's going to be a nothing burger. It's going to be nothing. They're going to probably say it's this gene and that gene, but that's also way off the mark. So I think I've identified some of the things that they'll grab onto. Okay, take your pick at this point. Those 2.2 people that do listen to me and have heard me before, they know that I'm going to say it's the micronutrient deficiencies that the whole world's populace is exposed to, starting in. Well, we've always had it for at least 5,000 years, particularly with when wheat became the staple grain in ancient Egypt. It used to be millet, then it became wheat. Still is pretty much wheat. Corn is getting in there, so the whole seed oils will come into play as well. But what really accelerated our demise into health, even though we've doubled our life expectancy in 100 years plus since the turn of the 20th century. Well, that was an easy fix. Infant mortality rates, right? But it's not allopathic medicine, the mainstream healthcare complex, that has doubled our life expectancy. Less war is a start. Less poverty is another add-on. But anyway, especially minerals. Since 1882, when electricity was introduced, by the 1890s, the whole civilized, functional, developing world was pretty much electrified, and that's what spurred it on. How? Well, we used to put ash on our soils. There used to be ash merchants. Ash contains the minerals that unknowingly, it was all unknowing, that ended up in our soils. Because it's in the soils, it ends up in the crops, it comes into us, and that's how we had the bricks and mortar in living, hopefully to the age of 80 plus. We've robbed ourselves, we should be going 120 plus. We even got some of the biohacking and longevity people such as Dave Osprey saying 180. let's compare him and me in 50 years, hey? We're actually the same age. He's probably 6 months younger than me. So there you go. Let's compare. Let's compare with all the other health gurus doing the rounds in these social media days. So to go on with that theme, electricity, less wood burning. Ash practice went by the 30s or anyway, NPK fertilizer became the rage. So instead of having 60 plus minerals available to our physiology, we ended up overdosing on three: nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus. Phosphorus, potassium, the NPK. That's how it just flows off the tongue. And so we're missing 57 of them, and whatever was in the soils is being depleted after each harvest of the particular crop that we're growing, harvesting, consuming. And there's the bricks and mortar problem. So if they don't look at the bricks and mortar, they look at only the genes and the food supply, they're going to say, some of you may have heard the whole, what's the parable, the fish, there's some fish swimming past each other. Hey, how's the water? The friend turns to the other mate saying, what's water? So if you don't start with a premise of what health really is about, no, it's not the genes. Genes are just these codes, information of the physiology. It's not the bricks and mortar, the motor. To get the motor running, you need the bricks and mortar. You need the oil to have it all happen. And this is where I usually launch into my Health 44 tirade. What we really need to be doing: eliminate 4 classes of food. So health happens when you eliminate 4 classes of food: the glutens, oils, sugars, nitrates, nitrites. And then introduce the second 4. The 44 is the 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids. And autism will disappear. So we've heard the stories of going from 1 in 5,000 people to 1 in 30, whatever the going rate is now. Probably 1 in 25 boys, and less for girls. So we're going to blame those things that I've already mentioned, possibly. Really, that's what they're going to blame, because confirmation bias will be confirmed, because autism rates have increased since the 60s. And what's happened since the 60s? Well, the food supply chain has increased seed oils, has increased jibber jabs in the arm, sometimes in the buttock. Our toxins, our air-conditioned lifestyle. Is microwave going to make a Guernsey, make an appearance? I don't know. But they're not even going to touch the sides of micronutrients. If they do, it's only going to center on a few micronutrients that we understand the function of. There's only, in the mainstream, there's only 13 declared essential minerals, 13 vitamins as well, 9 amino acids, and those 2 essential fatty acids are part of that complex. But really, it's 2.5 times more micronutrients that we require to make everything work. All these micronutrients work in synergy. Particularly, we need the minerals to make the vitamins, the amino acids, and the essential fatty acids to work. So that's where, if they don't touch any of that, autism will go to 1 in 20, 1 in 15 people. Oh, the mental health crisis and beyond Ooh, then we're left scratching our heads. The increase in autoimmune diseases, chronic health issues, and cancers. Oh my goodness. We've got to dig deeper into the seed oils, the jibby jabs, the mold toxins, the wheat, the dwarf wheat grown in the US and beyond. Oh, you go to Europe and you get thin eating their pasta. Have you been to Europe, into the back streets, away from the tourist areas? Italy, as an example, their life expectancy is in the 60s. Shut up. That Mediterranean diet thing, which was another issue, experiment and study issue. It was 22 countries. It went to 7 and then 6 country study, and it focused on Sardinia. Sardinia is in the Mediterranean. Mediterranean diet. Whee! Unbelievable. The state that we have ourselves in, and RFK thinks that they'll find it. And RFK is so healthy. Have you heard him speak? Oh, that's from the heroin use and all that sort of thing. Well, let me tell you. Heroin users, drug users, drinkers, smokers, and overeaters are micronutrient deficient. RFK, he might be on TRT and working out, and he's looking great for approaching age 70. Okay, but his voice, it's micronutrient deficiency. It's he's got osteoporosis, people. Yeah, so that's another little thing which I've touched on in the past as well, with the whole MAHA thing, and yeah. So I'm afraid by 2028, MAHA will still get some praise, but by 2038 and beyond, we're still going downhill. Our life expectancy is still going to be touted as 80, but by late century, we're looking at early 70s, because we haven't hit the mother lode of health, which is the micronutrients. So if you don't get it, if you don't understand micronutrients, they won't understand, and they'll still scratch their head about autism and all the other health issues that we are experiencing. Oh, but these diseases are age-related, and we're living longer and this and that. Have you seen the state of our young'uns these days, our young people? And autism is a congenital thing, and you can't walk away from the autism once you sort of get it, together with the Asperger's and other cognitive issues, the whole executive function, intellectual disorders. Same thing. Mother and father, but mother is particularly micronutrient deficient, in particular micronutrients, especially when it comes to cholesterol. We have a cholesterol deficiency epidemic. Choose your whatever. That is another major issue which is plaguing us. They'll probably touch on saturated fat, but they won't be they won't be connecting cholesterol with are you getting enough cholesterol? Like, you might be eating enough cholesterol, but you're not digesting and absorbing it. And that comes with increasing your salt intake. Yes, and not drinking before, during, and after your meals, 30 minutes before, 90 minutes post. That's the going rate which I suggest for the populace, my prescription for the world of health. So there you have it. I think I've exhausted my 2 cents worth in this grandiose grandiose project which MAHA is embarking upon. They'll get some accolades because they'll say, there it is, but then you need to implement it, and then you'll get the dissenters and the this and that. No. We're still going downhill. We've effectively, since the whole electricity adoption thing, reducing ash practice, brought in the dams, didn't? 3 million dams on the planet, which have pretty much mitigated all this flooding that we used to get every rain season, and we're not getting the minerals that way that we like after ash practice. We're not getting minerals from our seasonal flooding anymore that used to be just tilled into the soils. Now we've effectively no more flooding. We've mitigated flooding. We're exhausting the minerals that are in the soils now after every harvest. Even by 1936, there was a Senate paper, the Senate paper 264, something like that. 1936 indicated that the US soils were 65% depleted. And imagine how much more depleted it is now if you go 60% then 60% on top of that, like works like a half-life. In another century, another 60%, we'll be back at our life expectancy being in the 60s again. And then look around you, there'll be less octogenarians around, but people are starting to die in the 30s and 40s. Obesity, the chronic health issues and all that, it's all micronutrient deficiencies. And with autism, it's all the bricks and mortar, what we need in our cells to make everything work properly. And if we don't understand that, autism, even though they will pick on something, but that's not the cause, is it? It's going to be micronutrient deficiencies, less ability to digest and absorb your cholesterol, and they are the main issues at play. It's the bricks and mortar and not these harebrained ideas of jibber jabs, the seed oils, the toxins, and particular other things in the food supply. Okay, so get what I'm saying, or you won't get it. It's not just me. There's a few others, but not the way I present it. I feel. So, and for those which have exposure or loved ones with autism, well, there's not going to be any cure. There can be a reduction in the symptomology by increasing, particularly the young person's saturated fat intake, the absorption of, increased salt intake. Don't drink before, during and after meals, 30 minutes before, 90 minutes later. The symptoms will lower, even with people with cognitive impairments. And also with, when I say eggs as an example, we need to have runny eggs in our prep, not fried, but our eggs need to be runny, not hard-boiled, poached, whatever your go-to is. I have mine scrambled and it's still runny. It's got a few lumpy bits. So that's where you get more cholesterol uptake. So I was summing up before. Had a feeling I was summing up before, and then I dug a bit deeper. So there's a few nuances in there. Meat, no frying, high heat. It must be in the red meat equivalent, no more than medium rare, to get the full benefit of your saturated fats. So that's just a few examples of the added on nuances of your food prep, which I've been covering in more recent times and distantly in the past, my last 5 years of producing these podcasts, from very crappy beginnings to still crappy, but improving my production and my delivery, my confidence and my convictions. So there you have it. There's my 2 cents. Take it or leave it. I'll just leave it there and bask in my own health and a few others that do reach out to me. Yeah, very few. But that's it for now. Let's see. Bye-bye.